Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well today and I hope that you will have a productive day. Before we get started, go ahead and take your math notebook out. We're going to check our homework on products and exponents from yesterday and also take out a pencil so that you can check your work. Please put a check mark beside the problems that are correct and a circle beside the ones that are incorrect so that you go back and give it another try. All right, so I'm going to show the answers for our products and exponents on the screen. Feel free to pause the video so that you can check the first set. And then you can hit play to look at the second set and pause at any time. So we're going to start with the first section, which was 1 through 10, where you had to simplify the expression and then evaluate the expression. Hopefully you can see the 1 through 10. Go ahead and pause if you need to. And here's the second section, checking 11 through 20. Go ahead and pause so you can check your work. And here are the word problems. Oops, sorry. So you have oh my goodness. You have the product of 5 and the square of 8, which is 8,000. The square of 3, the cube of 2, and the square of 5, which is 1,800. Okay, please go back and try the ones that are incorrect. Hopefully that will clear up any misunderstandings. All right, we're going to get started with today's work. The substitute teacher should have given you a stapled packet with order of operations. Grab that. As you can see, I have this same diagram on the board behind me, and we're going to begin with an example problem, which I already have on the back. When we finish, this will be glued into your math notebook right after the products and exponents page. Okay, so make sure you glue it in when you are finished. Okay, so the learning target for today is that you will be able to evaluate, that means find the value of, expressions using the order of operations. So what is the order of operations? That is a set of rules that we use when you have an expression with lots of different operations in the terms. So using the order of operations gives a standard set of rules to evaluate in order to find the solution or the value for the expression. So if you've ever heard your teachers talk about PEMDAS or the acronym Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally, what they're talking about is the order. So P stands for parentheses, which are grouping symbols. This is not the only grouping symbol. We also have brackets and braces. And as we go on in this unit, we will add those to our expressions as we go on. The second most important is exponents. After parentheses are solved and after exponents are solved, we go to this next level of importance, and that's multiplication, division. But you don't always do multiplication first. It's always you multiply or you divide from left to right in the order that it appears in the expression. So sometimes you might divide first, sometimes you might multiply first. It just depends what is in the expression. After you have completed multiplication and division, you step down to the last step, which is again adding or subtracting from left to right in the order that it appears first in the expression. All right, I know that you're familiar with some of this, so I think we're just going to go ahead and jump right on in with the example that is on your sheet. So go ahead and pull this. Okay. Some tips that we're going to use is we're going to use cones or braces so that we can show which step we are working on at the moment. And that is very important so that you stay organized, especially when you get to really, really long expressions and eventually equations. You will want to be organized so that you don't lose track of your steps. All right. So the first thing that you should do is look at your entire expression, okay? And then decide what you're going to do first. Well, our order of operations calls for parentheses first. Well, in this case, you have two of them. So which ones do you do? Well, what you should do is do the ones that appears first from left to right, which means that the first set of parentheses that we need to solve is right here, 22 divided by 11. So go ahead and draw a cone or a brace underneath it to tell yourself and to also show in your work that that's the step you're working on. All right. So 22 divided by 11 is 2. So you're going to go ahead and write that down. Okay, now you might be asking yourself, all right, well, what about the other parentheses? Well, yeah, we can go ahead and solve that now, or you could go ahead and write everything that you have left, okay, and then continue. So because this is our first one, I'm going to have us write everything down again, whatever we have left, so that you start getting into the habit of being very careful with the order of your terms. All right. So we have a 5. I'm going to bring that down. A plus sign. I'm going to bring that down. A 2 cubed. I'm going to bring that down. 2 cubed. A multiplication sign. That needs to come down. The parentheses is already solved. Continue writing what you have left. You have a minus sign, a 3 squared, multiplication, and then that last set of parentheses. Okay, so now as you start solving these, obviously the expression is going to get smaller and smaller, so it will be easier and easier to decide what step needs to come next. So in this step right here, what needs to happen next? What needs to be solved next? Well, yeah, there's still a set of parentheses here that needs to be solved. You cannot move down in your diagram until you have solved what is above it. So let's do the next parentheses. So the next one we're going to work on is 4 plus 5. That is 9. Write down very neatly everything that you have left. I have a 5 plus 2 cubed times 2 minus 3 squared, and then a multiplication sign right there. All right, we took care of all of our parentheses. Next, we get to move to exponents. Anything that has an exponent needs to be solved next. So let's do that. Well, there's 2 terms with exponents. All right, No problem. Go ahead and solve the exponents in the order that they appear, from left to right. So 2 cubed is going to go next. I'm going to do a little cone right here. Now, 2 cubed, we talked about common mistakes yesterday. 2 cubed, or 2 to the third power, is not 6. 2 cubed is, and I'll go ahead and write it down here, 2 cubed equals, that means 2 times 2 times 2. All right, so 2 times 2 times 2. So that means that's 4 times 2. That is a total of 8. So 2 cubed is 8. If you want to go ahead and you start to feel a little bit more confident and you want to go ahead and take care of the next exponent, you may do that. Let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so what is the value of 3 squared? 3 squared means 3. So 3 squared means 3 times 3, which is a total of 9. So this 3 squared is 9. All right, very carefully bring down everything in the exact order that it's in without missing any operators. All right, so I have a 5, I bring it down. A plus sign, bring that down. I have a multiplication sign, bring that down. A 2, bring it down. A minus sign, multiplication sign right here, and a 9. Okay, we took care of all exponents. Now we get to multiply or divide from left to right. So go ahead and take a moment and scan your expression and see where do you have a multiplication or a division that comes first. So I see a multiplication right here. Go ahead and draw your cone or your brace, okay? So 8 times 2 is 16. Okay. Go ahead and write down everything that you have left in the exact order that it's in, very carefully without missing any operators. The 5, bring it down. Plus sign, that comes down. Minus sign, bring it down. And then we have a 9 times 9. All right, look at what you have left. It's getting smaller. We have addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So in the order of importance, out of adding and subtracting and multiplying, which one needs to go first? If you said multiplying, good for you. That needs to be taken care of first before we do any adding or subtracting. So you have to go all the way to the back of the expression. That's okay. Use your cone and that will show you which numbers you're working on, and it also avoids repeating any numbers. All right, 9 times 9, 81. Bring down everything that you have left. Minus sign, we have a 16. We have a plus sign and a 5. Okie dokie. Now what? So now you're going to do addition. You're going to go 5 plus 16 is 21. Bring down what you have left, and all we have left is a subtraction of 81. 21, take away 81. Hopefully you're saying, uh-oh, that's a smaller number. Yeah, it is. It's okay. That means you're going to end up with an integer. You're going to end up with a negative number. And that's okay because we have already done that chapter, so you should be able to calculate that. Plus, you have a handy dandy tool that will do the hard work for you. So 21, take away 81, what do you get? The final solution is, I'm going to put it over here, negative 60. There you go. And that is the first example. Okay. All right, hopefully that wasn't too bad. All right, so grab your sheet again and flip it. And the problem that we just did on the board behind me is the first guided problem on your worksheet. Okie dokie. I would say that we are going to work on 1 and 2 together on the board, okay? And then I will leave you to work. You are going to work on 3 through 8 on this page. If you don't have enough room to do all your cones and everything, please feel free to use your notebook. Just label it as a work page so that you can spread out your work and not have your work squished. Okie dokie. All right, so you will do those, and you do have a back page with 10 additional problems that you need to work on. We will check the answers to this page and this one on Wednesday when I see you back in class. All right, so take a moment to get set up while I change out this problem. Okay, so looking at number 1 on this first page. By the way, the way you find out it says of 10 of there, that's how you'll know what page I'm on, of 10. Okay, number 1 says, parentheses, 2 plus 1, close parentheses, times 4 cubed divided by 2 to the 4th power. All right, if you need to pause the video and go ahead and try it on your own, go ahead and do that. And once you've solved it, go ahead and play again. Play the video so you can see if you got it right. I'll give you a few moments to work. All right, so looking at the expression, which part are you going to do first? Hopefully you are saying, I got to do parentheses first, and that is correct. So we're going to solve this part. We're going to say 2 plus 1 is 3. Bring down everything you have left. 4 times 4 cubed divided by 2 to the 4th power. All right, so if parentheses are done, then you get to move down to exponents. Let's take care of the exponents next. I see 2 of them. Start with the first one that you see from left to right. So 4 cubed. What does that mean? 4 cubed means 4 times 4 times 4. For a total of 64. Bring down everything you have left. I have a 3 for the multiplication and a division right here and a 2 to the 4th power. Since you still have exponents, you still need to work on that next, okay? So exponents goes next, all right? 2 to the 4th power. That means 2, let's see where we can do it. Let's do it right here. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now here I like to do a little grouping so that we can do it faster. So 2 times 2, that's 4. 2 times 2, 4. And 4 times 4 is 16. So that 2 to the 4th power is 16. All right, bring down everything that you have left in the exact order that it's in. So we'll go 3 times 64. And then that division sign, bring it down. All right. Exponents are done. Go down to the next step. So now we're going to multiply or divide from left to right in the order that they appear. Well, that's exactly what we have next. We have multiplication and division. So do the one that appears first. That means you're going to go 3 times 64. Use your calculator. So 3 times 64 on my handy dandy calculator gives me 192. 192. Bring down your division sign, bring down your 16. And now you have no decisions to make. You only have one operation left. Take 192 divided by 16, and your solution is 12. 12 is your solution. Okay, hopefully you did well on that one. If you have a mistake, just go ahead and pause the video and see if you can find where the mistake happened. And we will go on to number 2 next. Hey, Gigi. You wanna say hi to the kids? Hey guys. I was knocking on the door. Yeah, we're gonna have this 1-year-old do some algebra. Gigi, say hi to the kids. All right. Let me get that. Hey, Mama. Hold on. Okay. Let Mama finish this last one, okay? Oh, yeah. All right. Sorry, y'all. All right, here we go. Number 2, and that's going to be the last one that I'm going to do with you. And then you guys have the rest on your own. So here's number 2. We're going to go 19 plus parentheses 7 minus 3 squared minus 50. All right. Now this is a little different. That's okay. We want to solve lots of different problems so that you are well aware of what to do whenever you see an easy one or a hard one. Okay, so scan it real quick. Figure out what we need to do first. I see some parentheses that need to be handled right here. And also pay attention that that parentheses also has an exponent. So which do you do first? The parentheses. Here we go. So I'm going to do this part first. So 7 minus 3, that's 4. Now that we solved what's inside the parentheses, go ahead and bring that exponent down with it. So now this is going to be 4 squared. All right, take a moment, bring down all the operators and the terms that you have left in the exact order that they're in. So that 19 comes down. 19, we got a plus sign, we have a minus sign, and then a 50. Okie dokie. What do we solve next? Parentheses are done. What do you have in your expression? We have an exponent that needs to be solved. So we're going to go 4 squared. That means 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Bring down everything that you have left in the exact order that it's in. 19 plus, and then minus 50. Okay, next step, we have no multiplication or division in this step, so we get to skip that part and hop down to the last few steps, which is adding or subtracting from left to right in the order that it appears. So obviously the next part that needs to be solved is 19 plus 16, which is 35, minus 50. And yes, you are going to get a negative number here. 35 minus 50. Your solution is negative 15. All right, guys, that's it for today's lesson. Hopefully, you will have the rest of the time to work on the problems. Don't forget about MobyMax if you do finish everything. I uploaded a bunch of lessons yesterday relating to algebra vocabulary, exponents, and order of operations. Please make sure to do those. You have until Sunday to give me 60 minutes of MobyMax. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Bye. See you in the hallway.